Hey everybody, Chrissie here for ThermOWeb today. I'm going to show you how to make this card. So I'm going to use some of these brand spanking new Brutus Monroe adhesive transfers. These things are awesome. As you can see, I'm cutting them apart. That's the first thing you want to do. Once you decide which ones you want to use, cut them apart. And then I'm actually going to set them aside and I'm going to show you in just a second what to do. So here I picked out the stamps I'm going to use. I chose all of my adhesive transfers and now I'm going to place them on my card in the way that I want. This is one of the things I absolutely love about adhesive transfers is that I can go ahead and place things down and visually see it before I commit to anything. So like I said, this is one of the coolest things because all of the black toner that's on there, that's actually not going to stay. That's just there to help you visualize and let you see what it looks like. So I am using stamps from Photoplay. This set is called Who Let the Dogs Out, and it has coordinating dies. So I thought it'd be fun to combine the Brutus adhesive transfers along with the stamp set. Then just peel off the clear sheet that's on there and place that down onto your cardstock. Put it inside a carrier sheet. I do have some cardstock in there just to give it a little bit of weight for my laminator, but I think it's different for each laminator. I just recommend it specifically for the one I'm using. So then once it comes out, go ahead and peel off that black toner sheet. So it's going to be really hard to see because like I mentioned before, that toner is just there to show you what the design is and for placement purposes. So go ahead and put the foil on there after you peeled it off. It's just clear and then run it through your laminator again the exact same way. So I actually use the rainbow shattered glass from Deco foil for these. And then you can see when it comes out, you just peel it away like you would for any other foiling in a laminator and it leaves that perfect design on there. So, and then next I sped it up really quick. I just added a bunch of inks onto my background. I wanted to show that after you foil, you can ink with no problems whatsoever. It did not change anything. It didn't make anything weird or whatever. I think it looks just perfect. So then I also decided, because I did make a tiny little boo-boo, somehow some orange ink ended up in the corner of the blue there. So I decided to flick more orange and yellow onto there in some water, just to give it a little bit more dimension. And then I wanted to share real quick too how I color with my alcohol markers. I did speed this up super duper fast as well. I do keep my coloring as simple as possible. Really, it's just, I think less is more. I also kind of prefer watercoloring with watercolor pencils or watercolor markers or any of that stuff over regular alcohol markers. So I guess that's just a personal preference of mine. But I usually just use two colors, like a light and a medium. Once in a while, I'll throw a dark in there and I just kind of blend them together. I do love the finished look though with alcohol markers. So I always say that about watercoloring, but then once I use the alcohol markers, I'm always happy with them. So I probably shouldn't have said that, huh? So then next I decided that I was going to use the coordinating dies. So I just went ahead and stuck them down on there and then I'm just running them through my die cutting machine. I used Pixie tape to hold everything down and it keeps it in place so nothing moves. And then it was basically time to put the finishing touches on the card. So using my Misty stamping tool, I just kind of figured out where I wanted the sentiment to go. I put the little dogs down without adhering them, just so I could make sure that I had the placement correct of the sentiment. And then after that, it was time to assemble. So I just used my tape runner here, and then I'm just going to use some foam squares to give the dogs a little bit of dimension. And so you can see I'm just using the small foam squares and you just pop them on. I will say once you stick these foam squares down, make sure they're in the right spot because it is hard to get them back off if you use the wrong size or make a mistake. So I speak from experience. So here's a couple shots of the finished card using the Brutus Monroe adhesive transfers and the Deco foil. The rainbow shattered glass. So thanks so much for stopping by today. I hope you have a great day.